How's it going, VJ 32 back again? Some more What's on Deck. Don't be surprised if this ends up in two videos, one for Kickstarter, one for other stuff, because there's a lot to talk about this week. And all I want to talk about. And again, thank you. I didn't mention this last week, but thank you for 10,000 subscribers. It actually apparently dropped. I'm at 9,999 subscribers. That's an interesting number in itself. Anyways, let's look at Kickstarter. See what's going on there. First of all, we got the Jurassic playing cards, Luxury Dinosaur Fossil Deck by Peregrine 360, 2% funded, a whole 2% funded, 30 days to go. I think this may be a relaunch. It seems familiar to me for some reason. It's just dinosaur bones, fossils on the faces of every card. And there's some metal cards involved in this. $20 for one deck. Okay. and that's, it might be, was that Canadian? I saw it. $20 Canadian, $15 US for one classic paper deck. For $93 Canadian, which it doesn't say what it is American, you can get a metal deck as well as a classic deck. That's the early bird, $74 US for just the regular price. That's kind of expensive. It looks nice. The metal. No idea who's producing either. I do like that the faces are mirror imaged, although this deck might have looked better had it actually been dinosaur images as opposed to just fossils. How exciting. Bones. I guess it's fine. Ooh, there's the metal one. That looks kind of cool. Back design is apparently one way, despite the fact that the faces are mirror imaged, which kind of defeats the purpose of mirror imaging the faces if the backs are not mirror imaged. It just seems weird. They even made a big point about the faces being mirror imaged, but then you see the back design and it's not mirror imaged. Why? It defeats the whole purpose. Whatever. Is it gonna fund for $10,000 goal? Absolutely not. Especially with no companies being named as who's producing it. Then we got the London Deflector playing cards by Philippe Dees. This is another project from him. 47% funded, 28 days to go. Already at $28,000 in funding. It's a massive goal, as it would be. They're probably expensive decks again, as per last time. Come in those metal boxes. I've been turned off his project since I was stiffed in his original project, where they decided not to produce a standard tuck case and decided not to give backers like myself anything. Instead, they just gave us our money back and said, sorry, you're out of luck. And so I said, sorry, you're not getting any more of my money. $60,000 goal. And these decks are apparently patented. I don't even know what kind of difficulty it was for them to get this US patent, or if it even is a 100% official patent, or if it's just pending patent. I don't know. I guess we could look it up if we wanted to. $29 for one classic deck. And then there's an early bird for an emerald deck at $39 US. London Ice Blue, $45. The regular price for the London Emerald is also $45. It's weird that you can get some in early bird, some you can't. $75 for Classic and Ice Blue, as well as Classic and Emerald. Ice Blue and Emerald, $85. All free, $115. Absolutely not. I am not paying that much. And it doesn't say how much shipping is on top of that. For $115, you ship them to me for free. This is collaboration with Lance Miller. Hey, Lance, feel free to hook me up. And premium is Ridstad, premium printing, and Cardamundi. So the Cardamundi printed at least some of the decks. I don't know who the other company is or how you even pronounce it. There you see the information. There's some holographic artwork. I understand it's more expensive. There is holographic artwork uh, on the cards, some of the stuff you see on ID and security items and money. And I think that's cool. You can see it's shiny. And I'd love to have that in my collection, but not at those prices. These ones, how exciting. They got British flags in the pips. We've saw them. That's the back design? Okay, it's a Joker, thank goodness. If that's the back design, I'd be like, absolutely not. Back design is pretty nice. Has some Latin on it. It's holographic as well. That's the classic. This is the ice blue and the emerald. I'm not sure how they decided upon those colors. Here's what it is. They got those special metal cases. You want a paper case? Forget about it. They're not going to do it. And that is that one. Moving on. We got the Paramotor playing cards. Third time's the charm. It says their third time lucky. By Jackson Jokers. It's their third attempt. It is funded. 8 days to go. Why? Because they have a very tiny goal. This product with a goal like that was designed for one purpose and one purpose only, and that was desperation to see these funded and produced. Obviously, there's not that much interest. So far, they got 20 backers. They just barely funded. I mean, they're just not even double of the 250-pound goal as of yet. 8 days to go. It's okay artwork. I'm not a huge fan. There's going to be between 50 and 100 decks produced on this maximum print run, probably through NPC, I would suspect, but not entirely sure. I don't know why they say red edition. Is there I mean, there's only a red edition. I see. There's also an exclusive club members edition. If you join the club at 55 pounds, you get them. You get their membership. You get you the red edition, an exclusive club members edition, and club member benefits, which you have to see their website for full details. Which I believe is similar to playing card decks, where they send you out a few decks a month or whatever. And this is the members edition. It's all right, but it's not really worth it for me to spend that much money to get a membership just to get a deck. And I'm not really interested. And I don't see anything that says who's producing it. Core cards, I will say, do have kind of the same face. Just obviously different hair, different facial hair, different outfits. Similar color schemes from red suits and the black suits, or the purple suits, I guess. It says it's a 330 GSM printed in Italy. Casino quality style with a matte varnish. No idea who would be producing it in Italy. But I think that's interesting. Not interesting enough for me to back it. Moving on, we got The Devil's Teeth by... Please come up with more pronounceable names. Looking Thing. 60% funded, 40 days to go. No offense there. It just sounds like a Chinese martial arts movie name or character name. Definitely a Chinese name. Or a Japanese name. Actually, yeah, Chinese, Hong Kong. I was right. 40 days to go. It's quite a big goal. Okay, maybe not as big as I thought. 2,500 Canadian. Just over. $2,500 Canadian. 40 days to go. Is it going to fund? I don't know. Let's just look at it. 19 bucks Canadian for one deck. The back design is skulls with massive, essentially blank space around the edges, which I don't find too appealing. And the faces, they look okay. It's hard to tell. It's just the cards are so far away. Like I'd like to see closer up picture. Apparently they're designed for cardistry. 300G textured paper from German Casino. Stock. Heidelberg integral slitting machine. Slitting machine. Standard lubricity of cardistry cards. I don't want lubricated cards. Don't know who's producing this. Custom pips. Not really a fan of those. They're okay, but not really a fan. And again, no idea who's producing them. You got the same image as the back design on the faces in a brownish color and a bluish color. A lot of skulls. Not really too excited about this. Moving on. What do we have next? Risto playing cards by Howling Jacks. Oh! 29% fun to 28 days to go. And the back design is interesting. Not sure what Ristretto actually is. It says, smells as great as it looks. No, I've smelled playing cards. They don't smell that great, I'll tell you that much. 10,500 pound gold. That's over $17,000 Canadian. So what, 15,000 US maybe? Maybe less than that. Kind of a big goal. For £5, which is $9 Canadian, you can get stickers. Absolutely not. Not that price. £10. The early bird for the deck. It's apparently coffee scented, or there's something that's coffee scented. It's on a B9 slimline stock, and these stocks from Cardamundi. If you use V-Spot ink on the tuck case. Still not quite sure what the back design is supposed to feature. £12 is the regular price for the deck. Okay, the back design is some hands, and what? There's some R's in the center. It's like a tattoo on this guy's arm with a coffee cup. And what is it supposed to be? Winking rings? I don't know. Quality blend of the finest playing cards. Tricky roast, smooth, sweet, and unbalanced. Standard size, smoking design. Really, if I was going to do something coffee themed, I would probably design it differently. There's also a dark roast deck, limited edition, only 500, which is a stretch goal, which they're not likely going to hit at this rate, with cold foil faces and backs, and UV spot ink on the tuck, on stamped foiling as well. Yeah, I don't really see that happening. Custom seals. It's a fun, kind of a goofy deck. I don't know how they will be coffee scented. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. And then the faces, they're kind of cartoony. Very one-way court cards. They also have artwork on the aces. Because reasons, I guess. Not really digging the faces. Not really too sure on the backs or what they're supposed to be. Honestly. I guess, oh, okay. I guess they're supposed to be like stains from coffee cups. Because you see that here on the faces as well. And the Jokers, some guy in a mask. Must be the mascot. And yeah, not really feeling it. And apparently the figures are based on real people and their photos. Moving on, let's try to get this rolling here. We got the Sears Lightus cardistry deck by the Sears playing cards. It's their third project. It's 79% funded, 28 days to be printed by the USPC. The original project did not fund, and they had to self-fund it. I do have a review on my channel. The second one I have yet to get. It did fund and has fulfilled. And this is their third one. Not sure how I feel about that upside down V as an A. I don't understand why people always do that. Make it an A. It's an A, not a V. Just a minor request, you know. Just Premium crust strong, characters and finish, blah blah. It's definitely designed for cardistry, interesting, borderless design. £8 on the early bird, £9 the regular price, so not saving a whole lot on the early bird. You're not going to miss out a whole lot if you don't get the early bird. Two-way fanning design, as you can see in the back, which is cool. I do like that. Not sure what is their weird obsession with eyeballs. They had them on all the decks. Nice recolored standard court cards and modified pips. Interesting font for the lettering. And there's your jokers. And, it's an alright deck. It's probably one I will check out later on. Not sure how I feel about the font, the name on the top case. It would be better in a different font, I'm feeling. Obviously the font is kind of a deco, Art Deco type font, I would say. Moving on. We've got... Oh yes, the classic 2000 playing cards. Again from Hong Kong by Yang Yihan. 16% funded, 32 days to go. Is it going to fund? I don't know. I expect the Sears one to fund. But I don't think this one's going to fund. The back design is not overly exciting. It looks like a rock slide. It looks like a mountain falling apart or something. $330 so far Canadian pledged out of a $2,000 goal. The court cards, very minimalist. The jacks have some swords, the kings some crowns, and the queens some crowns, and it just says, and actually, it doesn't say queen, it says queers. So jacks, kings, and queers, because reasons. Oh, that's a cool vintage truck. It's pulled up next door. Very nice. You can't see it, unfortunately, but it's a nice vintage truck. Don't usually see that. The court cards are very minimalist. They tell you what it is across the face with some crowns. I don't like that they've replaced the queens with queers. It just sounds weird. And I don't know why. Or was it just a misspelling? Typo? Don't know. Magic cards, standard paper. Apparently the cards are cut piece by piece, not the whole deck. Whatever that means. Here you see some of the faces. Green and purple suits. Special color scheme to enhance the differences of the cards. Color and pattern follow the most classic design. I do like the pips being traditional looking. However, the back design is not. Court cards are far from traditional. They're pretty horrible. They all say queer on them. Well, there's no information that I see. And there's your jokers. They're, not too exciting. Tuck case apparently has some purple and green colors. Don't know what the name Classic 2000 has to do with anything. Don't know who's producing it. I think it's okay that the faces have some nice colors. But then the backs, they have like no color. It's gray. It's dull. No idea who's producing it. And I really could care less. And I don't think it's going to fund. Moving on. Save the Planet Poker Deck by I Give You My Earth. 1% funded, 26 days to go. Looks like nobody's interested in saving the Earth. Or at least not the deck of the cards. That's for sure. The cards look kind of interesting. The tuck case does not look very proportionate. Let me just put it out that way. Each suit seems to represent a different type of habitat, I suppose. And there you see the ace of diamonds. It's a bear, and you see the forest above or behind him. Kind of interesting. Winged creatures. So you got forest inhabitants for the diamonds, winged creatures for the hearts, And they each feature the animal and their habitat, which is kind of interesting. Sea guardians for the spades, and flower beautiness insects, or just flowers, I guess, maybe insects, for the clubs. There are stretch goals for some special cards for each suit. I don't understand what that means exactly. And then you see some of the cards, interesting custom pips representing that suit habitat. The indexes are a little bit weird. It's the letter within the pip. I guess it's not terrible. It works. There's other decks out there like that. But I'm not really feeling them. I don't even know what the back design is. If this is the back design, it's a one-way and it's not very exciting. 18 or $15,000, it's 10,000 euro goal. No idea who's pointing them again, and 15 euros for one deck is a bit much for what it is for me. I'm all about saving the planet, but that deck is not going to save anything. Just put it out that way. Moving on, Meridian Point cards by Blink Card Company. 10% funded, 23 days to go. May or may not make it at this rate. The Elvis deck. Interesting. $4,200 Australian for a goal. And it's $15 Australian on the early bird for one deck. 17 is the regular price, as you can see. It's got nice vibrant colors. I'll give it that much. Nice aqua blue colors. The back design is pretty interesting. Jungle vines of another world, and this symmetry and whatnot. Interesting custom pips for the suits, and you got the blue colors again for hearts and diamonds. That's not, I don't mind that. They're pretty nice overall. Not my favorite, style of pips, but they're not far from the worst. But then the court cards, the cast are not that exciting. Also, the Jacks are female, so I guess they're Jills. And yes, there is a deck out there called the Jill deck that I have a review on my channel somewhere. It should be, anyways. Haven't seen it in a while, but in which there is also Jills, or is Jills instead of Jacks. I don't remember. But not really feeling that artwork style for the court cards personally. The rest of the deck isn't too bad looking. It's going to be 310 GSM Black Core, stock, win and finish. No idea who's producing them. Moving on. We got the Cruiser playing cards by Area 52 Magic and Pravar Jane. Their second project is funded. 15 days to go. Their first project was actually some cardistry trainers using the same design. I don't know if that one fulfilled or not. This one's an actual poker deck with that same design. Don't know what Cruiser means. Be printed by USBC. Brewed for cardistry, it says. 2,000 will be produced, give or take, knowing USBC. And their print runs $13 US for deck isn't terrible. It looks like cardistry deck number 3,873 or whatever, It looks like just another cardistry deck. It's not terrible. One of my biggest annoyances or pet peeves. Why have standard core cards and remove the pips and leave a big blank space? Why on earth do people do this? It just annoys me. And it's pronounced Crew Her. A name. Thank you for pointing it out. But I don't understand why remove the pips that are there. Does it really make you stand out? Because there's like 1,000 decks out there that do the same thing. So it doesn't make you stand out. It doesn't make you unique. It's been done before. Just, I don't know. It's an unnecessary thing. Absolutely unnecessary. Back design is okay. I think, personally, and there's your Ace of Spades. Personally, I think that because it says here that the faces are custom, using bicycle faces as inspiration and base. No, they are not custom. They're standard USB-C cord cords minus a pip. That is not custom. Apparently, the main customization is that they're borderless and increase 20% in size. Again, not very custom, in my opinion. They've also modified the colors to match the backs. Really only see that on this Queen for some reason. Personally, with the design they used on the backs, I would have liked to have seen something more customized going on with the faces. Premium Beast stock, traditionally cut. Murphy's Magic Fulfillment, oh good. I'll be able to get them later on. By the way, that's your previous Spectre Mortalis, which I may or may not have a review up. I can't recall if I've done that one or not. Anyway, moving on. Hippie, Hypey playing cards, Eureka by Hypey Lab, Hippie Lab, whatever, however you pronounce it. 84% funded, 25 days to go. Another project from Hong Kong. What is it with all these creators from Hong Kong? Like, you should just pool together and create your own Hong Kong card company and, you know, instead of having half a dozen different projects on Kickstarter at the same time. This one is almost funded. 84% fund, 25 days to go. The back design features brains. Eureka! Good idea, right? To be printed by USB-C. Beautifully letterpressed in Hong Kong. Oh, God. So the tuck cases are being made in Hong Kong and the cards are being made by USB-C. And then they're going to be sent back to the United States for most backers. I hate when projects do that. It just adds a whole lot of unnecessary extra time to the project, if that is the case. $14 for one deck. There's the Curiosity deck and the Imagination deck, which is 21 bucks Canadian, 15 bucks US, and 10 bucks US for the Curiosity deck. Court cards are modified from standard court cards. They've been recolored. They've modified the faces a bit. Outside of that, they got their brains exposed on the top of their head. And look at this. There's the plant from Little Shop of Horrors on the Queen of Diamonds. And the pips are dripping, apparently. And he's giving you a thumbs up. And you had brains on the aces, or at least the ace of spades. It's just a bizarre deck. It's an interesting deck, I suppose. Kind of bizarre. Not sure what... Okay, the Imagination deck is just a premium letterpressed tuck case. So, at least it's not all of the decks. So, there's that. There's also a stretch goal for a Creativity deck. Creativity deck and the Ingenuity deck, which is a premium tuck case. How exciting. More brains. I don't know. Oh. And they're going to be working a little bit with Card Experiment since they are very close to each other. Yeah, that's pretty strange. And look at it. There's a lever clip from Tawau Electronic Business Company, aka TCC. Yes, it is TCC. I'm 100%. 81% funded. 8 days to go. Yet another Hong Kong project. Moving on. I could have sworn there was something else I saw before. And I'm not seeing now. Oh, that's the one. I wanted to mention that one as well. Out, University drinking card game because let's encourage drinking. I don't encourage drinking. I don't encourage getting drunk. If you want to have beer or whatever, that's fine. Don't get drunk. It doesn't help anyone, really. It's by One White Sock Games. 1% funded, 27 days to go. Kind of looks like it was designed by somebody who is drunk or stoned. It's colorful. There's all sorts of instructions on some of the faces, and then some of them actually have images designed by university students for university students. Neighbors pounding doors all the time here. Jeez, just leave already. Be going out. Yeah. So you got some picture cards, some artwork on picture cards. No idea what the back design is going to be. There's some stretch goals or some mystery, it looks like. Stretch goals for an energy drink. Oh no. For the price of 5,369 energy drinks, we will be able to swap out the basic tuck for a super cool widget box to keep your deck extra safe and dry. 8,000 pound stretch goal. This one is just not going to fun. I'll tell you this much. Drinking games like this are usually a no starter on Kickstarter. They don't fund, they don't do well, almost like 99.9% of the times, because they're not that exciting. 15 pounds for one deck. No idea what the back design looks like, if it's even here, or who's producing it for that matter. And it's a no-go for me. Moving on. So, that's it. That's new for this week. A lot of Moving on though, Endless Time point card by Alexander Feldman is 55% fun at 21 days to go. Looking a little bit iffy at this rate. The Seal by Seal is somehow funded, 20 days to go. Not really a fan of it at all. Crop Snow Mode 2 limited edition by Hong Ziona is funded, well funded, 3 days to go. Fantasy Creatures playing card by Yandaway is 29% funded, 18 days to go. I don't see it happening. Phoenix and Birds playing cards by Adam C is 11% funded, 18 days to go. That's not going to fund. Palm's Oracle Divination cards by Stuart Palm, 12% funded, 18 days to go. That's not going to happen. Oink oink. My Carbon Creatures Card Company is 72% funded, 14 days to go. It looks like it may make it. Don't ask me why. Cosmic Ink, which has some poker faces, I suppose. By M. Hemstreet, 5% funded, 44 days to go. Not going to happen. Cherry Bombs by Patrick Collier is 9% funded, 12 days to go. Not going to happen. Nobody's interested. The One. Portland Edition by MPC is well funded, 18 days to go. The Barazas Españolas by Hernan Petarch Tuseda is 0% funded, 11 days to go. Not going to happen. Absolutely not. Hannah Black by Hana Fabuki, 15% funded, 10 days to go. Not going to happen. Black Roses Hotel and Casino Decks by Daniel Snyder is well funded, 8 days to go. Bloodlines by Riffle Several is also well funded, 7 days to go. This one, Monogram, Leather Case, and Box and Cards by Gold Digital Studio is absolutely not going to fund, 1% funded, 22 days to go. Red Force by Ouyang Wenwen is funded, 15 days to go, somehow. Amsterdam by Tricks and Beats, 22% funded, 3 days to go. It's absolutely not going to fund. Never got a response from the comment they made on their Instagram regarding what rationale or reasoning they could possibly come up with after not funding, not hitting their original goal. Let's double the goal, or more or less double the goal, without making any changes whatsoever. Because if it didn't work last time, it's surely going to work this time, right? No. I don't know why creators do that. Let's increase the goal and keep it the same. Eclipse by Ethan Rickards is 44% funded, 6 days to go. It's not going to happen. The Kung Fu and Cards, One Man's Dream by Amelia, 96% funded, 11 days to go. May fund. Theology in Play by Malik and Marcel Perry 9% funded, 17 days to go. Not going to happen. As you can see, the Demon Master Series cards from Handlords have funded. I'll look to get that later on. Bicycle Fantasy World has somehow funded by United Playing Cards, despite the fact that it's not actually a poker deck at all, but it's still a bicycle brand deck. That is it for Kickstarter for this week. I will leave it at that, and then I'll do another video with the rest of the stuff separate from this, because there's just way too much to talk about, and I don't want the videos to be, you know, hour long or more. Better 2 videos, I think. So that is that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of surprised I haven't really seen anything from Indiegogo quite some time, but not too surprising considering 99% of Indiegogo point card projects fail before they even launch. So that is that. We'll see you next time with more. Comment, rate, subscribe.